Welcome back to Top 10 Flicks, where we rank the movies that transport you into whole new worlds. And today, oh boy, we're diving headfirst into magic, dragons, and worlds that will blow your mind. These are the top 10 epic fantasy movies of 2025 so far, from sword-wielding warriors to pixel-powered adventures. Stay tuned until number 1, because trust me, you don't want to miss it. Grab your popcorn, tighten your armor, and let's jump into the portal of fantasy. Number 10. Deathstalker.
They say he was once a knight. Before the war against the Dreadites. Surgeon with a sword.
Let's kick things off with Deathstalker. This one is like opening a dusty old VHS tape from the 80s, except it's been pumped full of modern effects and twice the chaos. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and honestly, that's part of the fun. You've got swords clashing, monsters roaring, and that over-the-top energy that reminds you why cult classics never really die. Sometimes you don't need deep lore or Oscar-level performances. Sometimes you just need pure, guilty pleasure fantasy mayhem. Number 9. In the Lost Lands.
The world you know is gone, consumed by the flames of a great war long ago.
Coming in at number 9, In the Lost Lands. If you hear George R.R. Martin's name, you already know things are about to get dark, complicated, and full of strange magic. This film drops us into a wasteland where survival is everything, and the line between ally and enemy is razor thin. Milla Jovovich takes the lead, and honestly, she was born for this kind of gritty, otherworldly role. It's the kind of movie where you can feel the tension in the air, where every choice feels like it could be the last. And the world building? Let's just say, Westeros feels like a warm vacation spot compared to this place. Number 8. Wicked.
You're green.
I am. At number 8, Wicked. You think you know the Land of Oz? Think again. This is Oz flipped upside down, told through the eyes of witches who aren't nearly as black and white as the old story made them seem. It's colorful, it's enchanting, but it also digs into the gray areas of good and evil in a way that feels surprisingly emotional. Plus, with those massive musical numbers woven into the fantasy setting, you're getting something that's both familiar and completely fresh. You'll laugh, you'll probably cry, and you'll definitely walk away humming a tune. Number 7. Mickey 17.
Are you experiencing any vertigo?
I guess I am feeling a little dizzy.
Oh, wow! Did you see that?
Sliding in at number 7, Mickey 17. Robert Pattinson takes on a role that feels like it was tailor-made for him. Dark, mysterious, and a little bit unsettling. The movie blends sci-fi and fantasy in a way that makes you question what it really means to be human. Without spoiling anything, let's just say this film is packed with ideas that will have you lying awake at night, thinking about sacrifice, identity, and survival. It's cerebral, yes, but it's also grounded with just enough action and visual flair to keep you hooked from start to finish. Number 6. How to Train Your Dragon.
Of the finest dragon fighters from everywhere the Vikings ever traveled.
Coming in at 6. One word, nostalgia. How to Train Your Dragon is back, and Toothless is still the king of our hearts. The 2025 reboot doesn't just rehash the old, it brings new energy, new visuals, and a deeper emotional punch. Watching this movie feels like catching up with an old friend you haven't seen in years, and realizing you still have the same bond. It's heartwarming, it's epic, and yes, there are moments where you'll want to cheer, laugh, and maybe even tear up a little. Number 5. Disney's Snow White.
I look at you, and I just want to be the fairest of them all.
At number 5, the fairest of them all, Disney's Snow White. You might think you know the story inside and out, but this version cranks everything up to 11. The visuals are breathtaking, the tone is darker than expected, and it somehow manages to honor the classic fairy tale while feeling brand new. It's not just a kids' movie, it's a full-on fantasy epic with high stakes, beautiful costumes, and that magical Disney polish. And yes, the evil queen steals the show because when doesn't she? Number 4. A Minecraft movie.
So one day, I started digging and digging until I found...
Number 4 might sound a little crazy, but it's real, a Minecraft movie. At first you might laugh and think, how do you even make a movie out of blocks? But that's exactly what makes it so fascinating. The film leans into the quirky, blocky charm of the game while actually building a story that feels bigger than pixels on a screen. There's humor, adventure, and plenty of Easter eggs for longtime fans. Whether you've spent hundreds of hours mining diamond or you've only watched your little cousin play, this movie is a wild ride that brings one of the most iconic games of all time to life. Number 3. The Legend of Ochi.
You're not like they say.
Yuri, what is this?
I'm taking him home.
Now at number 3, The Legend of Ochi. This one feels different in the best way possible. It's slower, more atmospheric, and filled with stunning visuals that linger in your mind. Wolves, ancient mythology, and a mystical world that feels both haunting and beautiful. Watching this film feels like stepping into a dream you don't want to wake up from. It's less about huge battles and more about the quiet magic of the fantasy genre, the kind that makes you stare at the screen and just feel. Number 2. The Witcher Sirens of the Deep.
5 attacks on divers in the last few months and no one's held to account.
We have a monster problem off our shore, and a monster hunter in our midst.
Witcher, your services are required.
Why are you following us?
We're on the verge of war. I want to help.
Sliding into number 2, The Witcher, Sirens of the Deep. Now this one's special, not just because it's part of the Witcher universe, but because it dives into one of the darker, more mysterious corners of that world. Geralt's back, the monsters are terrifying, and the atmosphere is dripping with tension. What's really cool here is how it mixes that grim, medieval fantasy feel with a touch of the supernatural in a way that only The Witcher can. No spoilers, but let's just say, if you love dangerous quests, morally gray choices, and creatures that make your skin crawl, this one's going to hook you right in. Number 1. Avatar, Fire and Ash.
The strength of the ancestors is here.
And finally, at number 1, of course, Avatar, Fire and Ash. This is more than just a movie, it's an event. It's the kind of thing people talk about for months, the kind of cinematic experience that makes you remember why theaters still matter. Love it or roll your eyes at the hype, you can't deny the scale, the ambition, and the magic. This is 2025's fantasy crown jewel, at least so far. And that wraps up our countdown of the top 10 epic fantasy movies of 2025. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these movies are you most hyped for? Did I miss a fantasy film that deserves to be on this list? Drop your picks down in the comments, I read them all. If you enjoyed this ride through dragons, witches, and blocky worlds, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Top 10 Flicks, and share this video with your fellow fantasy fans. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Stay tuned, because our next list will be even more magical. Until then, keep dreaming big, and I'll see you in the next video.